That's right. And so I love how, look at the two angles. The far left line is working good on this, and you think, oh, I'm going to run that main line, but now look, it starts to get broken down, and you got to work your way over. So if you can clean it, the line on the right is the way to go. But the right lines on the left seem to be a little bit safer because you can get up on the rings around. So they're fine. Everything is okay. There's just a break in the action.
They're going to start helping each other is what's going to happen. One guy's going to go, you know, if we all work together, we'll get up and out of this thing and not use up
with these traffic jams.
Another thing that these guys get a mindset of is they look and they know that there's a guy ahead of them, and they know that that rider may have better skill than he does.
Hard to see at this angle. The fender looked.
When you see how fast those as well.
It's looking like, with the time frame and the riders that are stuck back there, I'm going to say we're going to easily lose a third of the competition after the bronze loop. Do you reckon about the same? Cannot talk story when they get back. Like, yeah, this happened, that happened. Like, no, we watched you for like 20 minutes.
You just sat
standing there talking. You had your helmet off. And the other guy was tucking his jersey in. And, you know, that mohawk that you just had trimmed up looks really good. And then your buddy, the orange helmet, he decided, I'm just going to rest on this rock. I'm going to wave at the crowd. Everyone's having a good time. And now, there we go, a little partnership. Don't let the guy fall down the hill. Hang on to him. Give him a little nudge.
Just giving him a little whoops.
If you want to go get it, guys. Well, obviously, look at those two guys are team. They got the same helmets or the same jerseys and stuff, and they're trying to analyze what is the best way to get through there. And now on the main screen, we're back to Chocolate Thunder. You can see that
guys are clawing their way. A couple of years ago, we had two, and we do have a couple of ladies riding, by the way.
All right, at this point, the leaders are on the back. We do not have a lot of coverage, Ben, more bottom end, a lot of different things. And so they'll try different things. When I was working with Mitch Payton in Pro Circuit back when I was racing Supercross, Mitch would show up with like 5 different pipes and a hacksaw and a gas welder. You know, she would try this, and I would say, well, I want a little bit more bottom end. And so he would grab that pipe, cut it, re-weld it. I would go out and try, well, I like that, but it took away a little bit too much top end. He would go cut it, re-weld it.
Did you ever get the hammer out and put a dent in the thing?
Well, I actually found that out when you were talking about racing 500s. I fell down really hard and got up on the bike, and I'm like, man, I feel really good. It was like the second round of the 500 Nationals after racing 250, and I came in and I just said, man, I felt really good after I crashed. I don't know what happened. Well, I dented the whole pipe and they went to change it. I said, don't touch it. I love it just the way it is. And that was one of the times when I learned you don't always want all the horsepower you can get. You need the rideable horsepower. And when you do this, as you're watching the rider up Chocolate Thunder, as he wheelies and gets that little squirt, you want the power in the right place. And why they rev it up is to bring it up into that higher horsepower range to get that lurch of speed as they go. And so they get it set up, and then they drop the hammer.
Yeah, we watched Cody in this exact section that we're seeing now when he did the little trials blip, the rev and the hop, you know, the pop and hop, I think they refer to it, where these guys are dumping the clutch and throwing dirt and dust and rock everywhere, and, you know. Oh.
As we're watching this, they go through the King Shock zone. I said it right this time, Dave.
There you go. Good job.
Unbelievable. Maybe I'm getting better as the day goes on. The more tired I get, the most tired as I get. The more I get, the worse I get, the better I get, I guess. But watching the riders through the King Shock zone, and as you can see, you can only see about half of the wheel because those ruts are so deep. But on the motorcycles, it's different. So you can ride up in the middle if you want. You can jump to the side. You're not strapped in, where the trucks have to just take the beating.
And they're telling us, unofficially, I'm not going to give that right now, but they're telling us over the mic that looks like we're going to have 4 guys going out for the final lap.
And they have to finish it by 4 o'clock.
That's right.
So it's going to be very close. So if only 4 guys are out there, and already we have the 4 riders on the course, so they have just over an hour to get this done. Obviously, Manny Littenbichler. So Manny Lettenbichler is out in front, and he had about a 1 minute lead on Cody Webb. But Cody Webb is tall, lanky. But you're in Lettenbichler, you're looking at a world champion.
Yeah,
he's very young, very aggressive, and Cody hasn't raced since May of last year.
Right.
So right there, you're looking at a couple of things. Both riders are in shape. Both riders look phenomenal. They even talked about how they would work together. But honestly, I think this last lap, it is going to be, you know what? The gloves are off. Let's get something done. So as we're looking down here at Wrecking Ball, the rider's going, should I go to the left or to the right? And Cameron Steele is a phenomenal rider. He can ride in any surface, does the rip to the tip, or rip to Cabo, or they change the name every damn year. But anyways, there's nothing that this guy can't do, and he was just completely emotionally spent and beat because in awe of what these guys can do. Same thing when you watch Jeremy McGrath, the king of Supercross, go over and try to do Ayresburg and doesn't finish. Travis Pastrana can do backflips and do everything. He can't finish it. So that's the kind of talent that you're looking at how good these guys are. But this last lap is going to be very tricky. Even though it's only 15 miles, it's less than half the distance between as the other loops. It's twice as difficult, and so a lot of these guys aren't going to be able to make it.
Well, we've also just gotten information that we're going to have we won't have a lot of camera coverage. We may not have a lot.